Welcome back to Reckless Arcana, the Fate Awakens miniseries and prequel. The world of Adrune is being plagued by the god Mentis, a trickster, causing magical spells to go haywire, casting chaotically and seemingly at random. As major magical councils are seeking solutions, one such solution presented itself in the form of a tiefling sorceress, Isa. Isa has formed a plan to construct a tomb capable of casting a ritual that will hopefully calm magic and dampen Mentis' control. A plan that's current progress hinges on the success of archaeologist Arthur Watkins III and his companions, who have agreed to collect the required materials and components. Welcome back to Reckless Arcana. So last episode, we took a ride on a giant's shoulder while a few of us were doing parasitic bee surgery on Arthur.
Rough.
Yeah, some of us were holding him down while the others were taking parasites out of him.
Fully conscious.
I still think killing him easier.
Yeah, killing him was awesome. It didn't have to come to that, thankfully. And then he let you down at the plains outside the city that Dova is apparently in.
Vosh.
Vosh? Yes, Vosh. That Flum, the giant you met, said used to be their city, and they sacrificed it to Dova as she is somewhat of a deity to them. So he dropped you off outside, and you were chased by weasel-like creatures that were following your scent and seemed to back off and lose the trail once Vyrath's god intervened and masked your armor with smoke. So we leave off, still a little ways outside the city, armor still covered in smoke, and I believe you were talking about resting.
That is correct.
Yes, I believe that it would be more concealable for us to rest perhaps in the lamp.
Of course, yes. We can always rest in the lamp. We'd have to find some place to hide it, and then, of course, the lamp could be destroyed, but it wouldn't hurt us. We would just come out.
How heavy is the lamp? Is it like 20 pounds?
No, it's
5
like
pounds?
it's the same weight as an average lamp, so probably 5 pounds.
Where is the lamp right now?
I'm carrying it.
Okay, the lamp is also covered in that smoky barrier.
Yeah.
So how long will that smoky barrel last?
It depends on the generosity of my god, but can I look around and see if I see any sort of like flowers or something that would give off a scent of
you
some
see
sort?
a lot of like just random foliage on the ground. Keep in mind, like you're in grass that's up to like your chests.
Right.
But you could definitely find some stuff that you think
Even if
would
it's like
smell
just
good.
weeds or something.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to make sure the scent is covered for a long time, perhaps we put things that smell on top of the lamp before we go inside.
So you're trying to find like a pile of poop to put on a lamp.
Well, flowers especially, but I suppose if we find
It would work.
some sort of waste, we could also do that. Let me just look for a second. I'm gonna try to look for a couple
Roll
things.
nature, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said we were in the
I'll assist
plains, right?
Yeah,
So there's no trees around the high up in the tree.
I rolled a 19 raw plus a plus 0, so 19.
Cool. So you're kind of looking around for weeds and stuff on the ground. You find a bunch of like
Just anything that kind of
smaller
smells.
things. You do find some like very small, what almost seem to be like berries, but they're tiny. It's actually fairly odd. You're not quite sure what they are, but they look kind of like berries.
Okay, but they have a good scent to them.
Yeah.
So perhaps this will cover our scent as we go into the lamp, and we could have perhaps one of your beers there. Yes.
Yes, it's a fully serviced area. Made it that way.
Yes, and I think we do need some rest before we face this Dova.
No, absolutely. I need rest.
I certainly
Yes.
could use some.
Very much so.
Did take surgery this afternoon.
Yes, you'll be fine, my friend.
You're fine. You're healed. We healed everything.
I will also keep up with you to make sure there are no long-lasting injuries. And so, if we're kind of agreed we're going into the lamp, I just want to tell the DM. So before I fall asleep, whenever we're in there, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him just over time on the area.
The area where you did surgery?
Right,
Okay.
before I sleep.
Okay.
Just like an upkeep sort of thing, being super
Sure.
safe, and I still have a magic font to draw from and all that.
Cool.
But
Well, if you're ready, do you want to take the lamp? I guess you want to cover it with something, or
yes, I think I'll make
As you grab the lamp,
I'll-
you see that it is covered in this veil of smoke, like your armor is.
Yeah, but I will just say put it around this. I'll make like a circle of the berries, and
Sure.
we'll.
well, all it takes now is for me to rub it. Will be good for 10 hours, and we can hear things on the outside of the lamp. Once we get in there, you'll notice that. So if anything comes, you should hear it. So I rub the lamp, and all four of us turn the smoke, get sucked in. Immediately, once again, inside of the lamp is like an old English pub. A couple couches, lamps, a little bar area, and we have a comfortable setting. Every 10 minutes in this lamp is the same as a short rest.
But we're doing a long rest.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. And that's where we're at. So we go in and make ourselves at home.
1/6 of the time.
Yep.
So your aid will dissipate though.
Yeah.
Whenever this long rest. Okay.
Above table, I'm going to recast it when we come out of the lamp.
I figured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys,
So
But just in
the time
Yeah.
passes. However long you want to go, that would take a long rest.
Till
Yeah.
morning, I guess. Yeah.
And
just for a long rest. I mean, because time dilates.
Yeah, it
in
would
the
be
lamp,
like a
supposedly.
few hours instead of 8.
But we don't want to start our trek in the middle of the night.
At midnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait till morning.
Yep.
You're hanging out, licking your wounds. You had a rough day,
Right.
Yep.
and it's morning.
All right.
So how do we get out of your lamp? Do we have to rub the inside of it too?
Usually I just think about leaving and I leave, so I guess just think about it, and you should be able to go. Like this. And I think, and out of the lamp, I'm gone.
Well, I guess like that. So
Alright.
I'll think about leaving.
Yeah.
Do it. I leave? Okay, I leave. All right.
I'll think about leaving.
You fly out.
Disperse me, lamp.
You're still there.
Yeah. Well, dang, I really know.
I command you.
All right. All right. Spits him out. This
You can
lamp,
just turn smoke
yeah,
by yourself,
so
right?
pick up the lamp, kind of dust it off. Well, to the city then.
Was there any damage to the lamp? Like any like? creatures
Yeah.
that we
Was
could
there any
see?
evidence of anything
Nope,
fucking with us? No. Okay.
As we come out of the lamp, you guys have seen me do this many times before. Go ahead and take.
And the lamp still has the
15
smoky barrier,
points?
as does
Yeah,
your
take
armor.
15 points.
Oh, really? Okay.
You'll see me. I have a bag of strips of white cloth. I seem to bless the cloth, rub my hands together, cloth dissipates, put my hands out, and you guys all are aided for 8 hours.
15 points, right?
15 points.
10, right?
Total.
Total, not 10.
Max. Okay.
Max
Okay.
HP.
I've had this 131 HP that I've never used because you've aided us like every time. I'm like, 146 is my new
That's
power
right.
net.
That's right.
My aid wouldn't stack on your aid, would it?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Now, if you wanted to sit here like above table, if you had higher level spell slots and wanted to cast it, I'd certainly let you, but I don't have anything much above 4. So
No, that's fine now. I'm just curious.
Well, probably best if someone else leads this party, but I'm certainly it can be of use if we find any. If there's an ancient
absolutely.
city.
So, what's our game plan going into the city?
Well, we need the serpents. We need the serpent. We need the
We
serpent's
need serpent's blood. Does everyone have a vial on them in case you're the closest one to a wound on the serpent?
I do not have a
Isa
vial.
did give you guys like what looked like a
Oh yeah, that's right.
jar.
Yep. Oh yeah,
That's
pull it
right.
out. Pull it out.
Okay,
Yes, we
so
have this
it's jar.
vase.
So I believe
So we're gonna have to kill it.
I'm not sure if it would be easy to try to gather blood from it unless we offer it something in return. Perhaps it will cut itself and fill the jar, but it's taken the city already. I'm not sure.
Well, if it's the size of Flum, there should be a good bit of blood in it. So if really we just need this, it's really just a pinprick. So if
Right. So are you saying that we should?
But
drive
it seems to be
diplomacy first
very
versus-
angry as well.
it's an idea,
Seems to be very angry. We could try to talk, but I
but
feel it will not
to
go
get
that way.
even a pinprick and get it reliably into the jug, I'm probably gonna have to put it down.
I agree.
Well, it has also taken the city from the giants, and so I don't see why we wouldn't, you know.
And we are
We'll
much.
have to leave a signature or a calling card or something. So like, if we're ever back on this plane, you know, we can get some like kudos.
Well, we also told what
Flum, yeah.
that we destroy the creature to help with the giant. So I mean, we did
That's
tell him
true.
that we're
Yeah,
gonna destroy it.
and he
So-
did
He is
say-
aware of what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that. I think he said if we fail and then it gets bad and then kills a bunch of people, he's gonna be real mad.
Well, he was like, he was never there.
Yeah, he's never there.
Yeah.
But if we succeed, he's gonna tell a story for generations.
Absolutely.
And this is as we're walking, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and you do notice while you're walking, there's like huge drops of water on the grass, like how morning
Like
dew
dew,
would be.
I'm gonna lead the party.
Okay.
Be in front.
Sure.
Like literally, like take one and like drink it is like the
Yeah,
service
it's
station of
plenty.
the great,
I'm in the back.
crisp, clean.
Cool.
I'm right behind the monk.
Elephant, cleric,
Elephant.
druid.
So
Arthur's in between me and
Yeah.
Amari.
And as we're gonna walk, I don't know if you want me to keep rolling, but I'm gonna try and like use my trunk for keen sense to smell out to see if I can detect.
Sure, roll perception.
Perception would be 26 or 26.
The air seems like it's getting more thick.
Okay.
Almost like the morning dew is not only still present, but getting heavier.
Okay, does it have a distinct smell to it?
No.
Okay.
But like normally when you just smell something, this feels like you can tell it's getting thicker. It's not like you expect it to smell, but you kind of feeling instead.
Okay. It's almost like Charleston humidity.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we see any like kind of creature roaming through the city or anything?
And you're still like maybe an hour or
So
so.
probably still.
All right, so let's keep moving. Yeah.
You guys think this humidity is gonna stay? It's a little warm out here.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
My experience with this planet is just yours.
Yeah. How far is the sun up in the sky? Is it still?
It's
kinda
still pretty
rising?
low,
Okay.
yeah.
Could we
It's
tell?
above the like threshold of the trees and mountains, but it's low.
Okay. So I mean, I'm sure it'll burn off as the day goes on. So
Could we see if it's a? Can I check for Arcana? See if it's like a magical like thickness or if it's like a natural thickness?
Sure.
guidance.
Arcana, right?
Mm-hmm.
7,
+1.
8.
It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
You might have the thought it might be, but there's no
Yeah.
discerning it. Okay, so as you are walking towards the city, on the horizon above the grass that's chest high, you finally get close enough to really see the ruins. Stone hovels and entryways crumbled and broken, overgrown with vines and moss. A great hall at the entrance of the city. But the view is very fleeting as you start to hear wind rushing above you. Then notice a misty fog sort of billow and crawl through the grass and overtake you, dramatically reducing the visibility.
this must be some effect of that. Our friend,
Dova.
yes, Dova is producing here, probably to try to scare us away. We should proceed with caution.
She might not even know we're here because we're so tiny in this world versus giants, right?
I have not seen you in my realm before.
I think she knows
so
we're here.
small,
I'm-
so weak.
I'm so terrified. I'm going to immediately jump behind our paladin. And
You're already
You're behind him.
even further behind him.
Speaker. Go for it.
Oh, okay. It is us. We don't have a name. We are here to simply speak to you, and we have one small request.
I do not speak to insects.
Right. Well, we're not actually insects. We're just very small. But perhaps if you would like, we could solve this amicably. We have a few questions for you.
Talk to me. Who do you think you are?
Who do we think we are?
The bee's knees?
No, that's not a good name.
I don't know. You were infected by bees, so
Very
I know, but Vyrath, can you make yourself larger?
Perhaps you know of my god, the god of life and death. As a god yourself, Dova, I admire your power and beauty.
Admirer.
This is very good.
What brings you to my realm? You are not from here.
That is correct. You're wise. We have come here to have the chaos magic, the chaos of the magic, be solved.
There is no chaos here.
Oh, yes.
I control all of this realm. I am the only god.
So,
Yes, we know. You are far beyond what the chaos magic is pursuing, but your denizens and the denizens of other realms are relying on you and your futility and your generosity.
My denizens exist to serve.
Yes.
So where are they then? You don't have any servants.
Yes. Silence. I'm talking to him.
her.
Everywhere. As are you.
In your realm, yes, we are servants, and as humble servants, we're asking for you to go beyond just your own realm and perhaps save them all.
The fog lowers a bit to the point where you can see into the sky, and you see flashes of iridescent glimmers and scales moving across the sky, so large it's hard to see where it stops and ends.
It's the great dragon. Ask if she can help us.
The body of this creature is like curling and winding like a snake, slithering and undulating through the sky as if swimming underwater.
Perhaps just being god of this realm, if you were to help the others, you could be admired in them all. That is simply what we not ask, not require, but beg of you.
What is it that you want?
Nothing more than a pinprick of your essence.
You want part of me?
Yes, but not anything that would harm you, and I do not assume that you could be harmed by something such as small as us.
What makes you deserve part of a god?
Do you have any sort of test that maybe we can prove ourselves to you?
You all start to feel almost a loss of control of yourselves, as if you are being charmed. Everyone roll me a 20 charisma save.
Is this a charm effect?
It is a charm effect.
You are all within 5 feet of me, you get +5 to your save.
I'm definitely going to save.
You say you have
charisma?
strength.
Charisma.
Bring out what you conceal then.
So this is her trying to charm us?
She is trying to charm you.
27.
So a charisma save for me is going to be you said it's +5? 29.
Okay.
14.
You got +5 on
For
that? For my aura. You
No.
get +5 to all saves
So-
if you're within 10 feet of me.
19, sorry.
It still has to be 20.
So that's me 20. And you failed.
Yeah, I have a -1 in charisma, that's why I don't do any of the talking.
16.
Okay. So anyone under 20, When she asks you to kind of bring out what you conceal, you feel the need to like cast your highest level spell that you can. You're not trying to harm anyone, but as a demonstration, you want to show off everything that you can do.
Right. I'm gonna kind of keep eye contact with her as they do this.
So you can't even see her eyes. Like it's just like glimmers of this like undulating serpent in the sky.
So, for this spell that we're gonna have to cast, that's the highest. Could we target her though as like a damage spell?
Your goal is
What's like an
It's
area
a
showing off.
demonstration, and you're
Yeah.
showing off to her. Like you,
Well, she's so big, but if it's an area effect spell, like, so I have
what
to,
is it?
Firestorm.
Okay, so you're charmed by her. You're not trying to hurt her.
So you're firestorming in a random spot in the sky.
Right, we're also not trying to hurt us.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you're not trying to hurt anyone. You're just demonstrating your power to your friends. You consider her, like under the effects of this charm, a friend.
And I guess me and Amare are just gonna chill.
Yeah, I mean, you feel the pull of this, but you don't feel obligated.
So you guys watch as I slowly pull the lamp out from my side, and I kind of guess like aim it away from everybody and rub the lamp, and you watch as this like plume of like purple, kind of like bright smoke comes out and kind of circles in the air and then dissipates away.
What was that? Very weak.
Well, it was, well, I was trying to, I don't have anybody here that I could perform it on. It's something you do to a person or a creature. And I don't want to hurt any of my friends, and I don't want to hurt you, so it's not really a way for me to show it.
Hurt me like you could.
Of course, no, we are but ants in your splendor. But perhaps,
Show me more.
Alright, as you see, I shrug off my tattered cape, raise my staff into the sky. You see red energy going through my tattoos of my body and my tusk. As off in the distance to the right of us, there's a giant firestorm of fire just raging down, just burning everything in its path off the ground. And 10-foot cubes.
To buildings and shit, I guess. Yeah.
Buildings, foliage, everything.
but it's like when you have the little firecracker, it's just like on the ground, because like she's giant, right?
Yeah,
So it's just
pretty much.
A lot of power from such a little rodent. I can do that too.
I don't know.
And you hear like crackling in the sky and like almost like condensing as hail starts to come down from the sky and crash around you all. Everybody roll a dex save.
With a plus.
Or sorry, a con save, as it gets very, very cold as this hail and snow starts to surround you.
Do you still get your aura?
Mm-hmm.
So +5 whatever you roll?
Yep.
Okay. It's a 26 con for me.
19 con for myself.
Doing con save, you said?
Yep.
Of 19.
You said, and 25 for me.
You should have made us use those spells on each other, because it would have just been chaos.
Did you get Byron?
19.
19, okay. If you do not get a 20, it will be 32 cold damage, or half if you save.
So that's
16.
16, okay.
I'm gonna cast third level spell Absorb Elements as reaction.
Yeah?
What is it?
Absorb elements, so he halves the damage.
I actually rolled. It's halved.
I think it's what you roll.
It's resistance.
That was what I rolled. You have resistance to treating damage type.
And then you get like a d6 on your next melee.
Yes. And since I cast at third level, it's 3d6.
Yeah, it's just half.
Alright, so
After I take some cold damage, I'm gonna say, "You're very powerful indeed. That was never in question, Great Dova. We simply ask for you to perhaps rule the other realms as well, with a bit of sacrifice for you. Small, very small. Just a bit of your blood, and you will be known in all the realms. We have been to many.
I am surprised you are still standing for creatures so tiny. I rule this realm. I have no need for another. If you want my blood, take it.
I'm afraid that
How far is she? She's still up in the sky, right?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that for you that is not the easier path.
We shall see.
And as she like holds that note, almost like the sound is resonating. Everyone roll an intelligence save.
+5. Also, I like retcon. I did his work, but I'm not saying first level.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So intelligence?
Yeah.
We still got that +5?
Yep. Y'all stay near me.
Yeah, 27.
Well, I got a 12.
16.
Thinking that's not going to work.
All right. So the save's 20 still. It's going to be 40 psychic. And if you didn't save, you're stunned. It is half damage if you do not.
Okay. I will channel divinity.
Okay.
And I will use rebuke the violent.
Okay.
She has to make a DC 18 wisdom save.
She will fail.
She will take, how much damage did she do?
She did 40.
She will take 40 damage radiant.
Okay.
Sweet, I wish I had known this. So 40 damage for fail, and we're stunned.
Ah, what is the magic you are doing to me? You dare try to harm me back?
I'm stunned, so.
Oh, I'm stunned too.
Yeah.
You see bright flashes in the sky, and as they get closer, you see that they are small balls of fire heading straight for Amare.
Hmm.
I think it automatically hits on the stun.
For a ranged spell attack or for stun, you should have advantage on the attack.
If it's range, yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be a 24.
For spells, for stun, I cannot take reactions, correct?
No.
Okay. It hits.
All right. It will be. 20 fire. As they all hit you and you get moving, you get knocked out of the stun as you feel the fire like singeing at your skin as you were immobilized, but it kind of snaps you out of it.
I'll go ahead and lay on hands myself for
Okay.
what's it called there?
Are we not in initiative yet?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna use. I'm gonna breathe in a deep breath of my smoke. You guys will see me stand there and go. My smoke will turn green and inhale all through my nose, and you'll see every bit of frost drop off of me and everything. And I'm gonna use the spell heal and heal 70.
Nice. Okay.
So I'll yell back after I do lay on hands. You attacked us. This is your magic reflected back at you.
Still alive? Color me impressed.
We ask not for violence. We simply wish for you to give us a blessing of yours. You are surely a god who accepts blessings if we pass your tests.
What makes you deserve it?
We ask not for charity. We have passed many of your tests, and if you wish to give us more, that will be fine. But the deserving is for your determination. We are not to ask, but to receive.
If this is another round, I'm casting Aura of Vitality.
Yeah. You cast. We're not initiative.
Such insolence asking favors from a god.
We don't ask for favor. We ask for your blessing. Via your tests, we simply must know what to accomplish.
And if you are a god, as you say, you must have followers. What must we do to become your followers?
Come to me. Let me see you closer then.
Crackling sounds kind of start faint, but grow louder as a dark purple arcane doorway materializes before you, just about your size.
Okay.
As we start to walk through, you are going to get 7 points of healing.
All right.
Walking through.
I'm gonna.
I did 4 rounds of that healing. It's a 10-round spell.
Okay,
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
sure. You hear the wind picking up again before calming down, as you were talking before walking through this portal.
Okay.
As soon as I heal him, I'll walk through first.
Yeah, I'll walk through as well.
I'll walk through as well.
I'm staying back. No, I'm kidding.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, this time.
Oh, guys, I gotta go.
This is not where I park my car.
So you walk through this doorway, and damp, musty rot assaults your senses on the other side. You're now standing in a great broken hall. Broken pillars and statues litter the cracked stone floor. Lit torches are along the walls. Looking up, you finally see her face to face. An 100-foot-long colossal serpent with the head of a beautiful human that has slight reptilian facial features. Her unique scales have no set of colors, instead shimmer and fade, constantly adjusting to the color and texture of her surroundings, causing her to appear almost invisible. Everyone can roll Arcana.
Including her face,
Including her face, yeah.
which is human. Okay.
10.
You said Arcana.
Natural 20, so 21.
You get another 6 points.
Are we still doing the +5 thing,
That's for saves, isn't it?
or is that just?
This is
saves?
not a save. It's
It's
just
not a save,
Arcana.
I used another round of my Aura Vitality since we had a check.
I'm just at a 12.
Okay,
16.
So I'll
Okay.
take it.
So Arthur and Brutus,
I was done with 13.
seeing her up close and knowing the magic that she possesses, you know she was much bigger outside, and although this hall is vast, it's very likely she's able to reduce her size to fit inside these ruins in this hall.
Okay. So she's more on our scale now, I guess.
She's still huge,
No, I
but
know.
she's not like the sky.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Dover, we are here to seek your help, and if there are things we must do, or desires that you have of us, please make them known. We have passed some of your tests. We are here.
What could you offer me?
That is simply what we ask.
I'm hungry.
Well, do you know of the village to the west? There's
The giants.
Yes, you could simply feed on them, I suppose.
They have sacrificed much. And I do.
If there is an insatiable hunger, you are not short of food.
Roll perception as you're talking to her.
You get 7 points of healing.
I'll take. You said perception?
Yep.
20.
So as you're talking to her, like out of the corner of your eye, like you're pretty adept at having senses in these combat and like high stressful situations. You notice that on the far side of this hall past her, under the dim torchlight, that there's a pile of bones.
Perhaps I offer you something from my god to make yourself stronger.
Your god delivered me a meal today already.
Yes, but simply see what I will to offer you, and then you can change your mind at a moment's wish, yes?
Your arrogance may be rewarded with what you show me all your lives.
So, We're about to start combat, by the way, boys.
You got 7 more points of healing.
So how far away is she from us?
I'm full healed.
Okay. You got 7 more points of
Yeah,
healing.
dude, I'm freezing right now.
So I'm going to channel divinity, and I'm going to do Sentinel at Death's Door. So I'm going to go down an offering stance. Or not Sentinel at Death's Door. I'm doing, what is it called?
You tell us?
Eyes of the Grave. So
Okay.
I'm going to kneel down kind of an offering stance and have smoke pour out of my hand, and I say, if you will. And so as an action, sorry, not Eyes of the Grave. What the fuck is it called?
You tell us?
While he's doing that, I'm going to do a divine sense.
Okay.
I can sense if he's pointed out or to us the location of the pile of bones. I want to see if there are any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Oh, it's Path to the Grave. Sorry. Use a channel divinity as an action to curse one creature you can see till the end of the next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all the attack's damage.
Okay.
So I say an offering from my god, and I'll have the smoke come out of my hand and enter her through her eyes, face, mouth, whatever she seems naturally apparent to. And then I'll say, your offering, Dova. And then I will cast Blight at 9th level.
Okay. When she sees you starting to like cast a spell, she will say, "Your lives, then," and she like cocks back.
And it's meant to be kind of a surprise, right? Because like,
Yeah, but the way initiative works is like someone does something, and how fast can everyone react? So we will now be rolling initiative.
Who?
I do not know.
God dang it.
All right, so we have just initiated combat. Dova and the hall are set up. What did everyone get for initiative?
13.
2.
All right, Vyrath with a 13, Amare with a 2.
7 for Brutus.
You guys roll real high, I see. This 7.
Best type of rolls.
Arthur.
19.
I don't think any of us are Dex characters, so.
Yeah.
I get advantage, which is nice.
All right, Dova. Go first.
Of course she is.
Yep.
Of course she scored like a 56.
Well, when we look at it, she's a snake. She has
So
probably high
she
dex.
sees Vyrath casting.
Well, I'm not going to cast.
Well, you were.
You're
Well,
prepared,
no.
okay.
If I'm not first, I'm not doing it.
Well, you started casting, which is what prompts her to attack. You said you were casting Blight. That's why combat started.
Okay, so I'm not going to waste a 9th level
If
spell
she hits
slot.
you, you can
on-
change what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You won't waste the slot.
No.
But that's what has like upset her. She is an intelligent caster and can recognize that you are now attacking her. And she does not like that. So she is going to try to come down and bite you
Okay.
Alright, so front.
for a 30 to hit.
Jeez.
I suppose I'll let it happen.
If you will allow it,
If you allow it.
that will be a 20 slashing.
Okay.
And she will take her tail and try to constrict you.
Okay.
So is her tail going to move towards?
Yes, it is. And that will be for a 20 to hit.
That will still hit.
Alright, so you see her bite at Vyrath, and her tail starts slinking around him, starting to tighten in. And Arthur is up.
Is it a save?
I'm sorry. It is a hit. So I said roll a 20 hit.
Right, yeah.
And it does do damage as she squeezes.
So it's not a save.
It's a hit. Will be 24 bludgeoning. Alright, now Arthur's up.
All right. Can I get in the midst, up close, to be able to grab Vyrath, touch Vyrath?
No.
Okay, so it's already all cold around there. There's no way to really get up in there. Okay. In that case, I will cast Armor Maggots on myself.
Okay.
And what was cold, shivering from the ice storm or whatever, now it just turns into armor all over my body. And then I will see if I can get behind some cover.
Okay. So there's like a bunch of broken pillars laying on the hall floor. There's rocks. There's
I've only-
fallen stone doors.
30 feet of movement, so let's see if I can make this work. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess I just go straight this way.
Okay.
So I've cast Armor Maggots myself, and as a bonus action, I'm going to cast. Can I do Hex? Do some Hex?
Sure.
Is that a spell or is it a cantrip?
It is a.
You haven't done anything yet. Right?
First of all.
He said Armor of Agathis.
Yeah, I know Armor Maggots.
Okay, so you can only do.
One spell per
Yep,
turn.
yep.
One
So
spell
that's my turn.
All right. It is Vyrath's.
Can you describe how am I coiled? Is she around me or is she hugging me?
She's coiling around you, and it is currently squeezing you.
So it's like,
Okay, are my hands by my side?
Your hands are up.
it's like
Okay,
open
so I
versus
could
bar.
touch her.
Yes.
Well, I guess this is part of the reason I asked, just not to be crazy or anything, but I guess I was trying to see if I could climb up and touch Vyrath.
So she's very large.
Yeah, if you're telling me
you
there's
could
no way I could-
climb up to do it, but
But
you couldn't just go touch
So
it. Maybe if you reached,
if my arms are up, can I just touch her coil? in
you
front of
can
me?
you can touch her for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so
But I was answering.
Yeah. So my question was, so what I was trying to do is get in there, touch him, and dimension door him out, or whatever.
Okay.
But
you have to.
if I didn't have enough movement to get up in there and do that, then what I did was Armor Maggots right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
so this
You
is
could attempt to climb her.
this is going to be a little bit of DM discretion.
Okay.
So, Vampiric Touch says, the touch of your shadow wreathed hand can siphon life force from others to heal your wounds. Make a melee spell attack against a creature within your reach on a hit, right? So,
Yeah.
if I literally can touch her because I'm coiled,
Yeah.
Retention.
That's a melee spell attack. Yeah.
no, I know, but do I have to roll for that?
Is there a roll to hit?
Yeah, melee spell attack.
I mean, a melee spell attack is a roll to hit, but I can't miss, right? I'm
So-
literally coiled by her.
You can still miss because the way AC works in this game is not only just do you actually touch them? Does it affect them? Do they dodge it? Does it go through their armor? Does it actually hurt their health? So it can technically miss per the game rules, even though it goes off, right? It's touching her and activating, but does it affect her?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot anyway, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, obviously he has advantage because I'm flanking, right?
Everyone is.
everyone's flanking her.
I mean,
She's giving
I
a
really
self
wanna-
flank on Vyrath.
Self-flank.
But in real terms, I don't know how that works.
Is there-
Do I have advantage for
You're not able
being
to-
literally held by her?
No.
No.
You don't have any advantage.
Back up to the top.
should probably-
20.
20 will hit.
All right. So let me scroll all the way back down to the bottom. So on a hit, the target takes 8d6.
Nice. What spell level are you casting at?
Ninth.
Nice. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that hit. Unless you retconned it. It's okay.
No, I literally said it beforehand. Check the camera.
Check it.
I did say ninth.
Well, then it's a good thing it hit.
So So she takes 21 necrotic,
Okay. And then I believe you get healed,
Double.
right?
and then
That's
She
double.
is vulnerable.
so she is vulnerable.
You're the first
What
person
you
to hit her.
cast it, right? You're great.
Oh, right, yeah. So what did I say? 24
It's a
21.
or
So 42.
42, and I get healed half the
Half
amount.
that.
So I'll get healed 21,
Nice.
and it's concentration. So I can
You
do
keep casting.
I can do it every turn.
Cool.
So I hope she keeps holding on to me.
So you see Vyrath like smoke coming off.
Like,
Do you want to describe it?
yeah. So if you guys can even see me behind these coils, but for the viewers, the smoke will kind of billow down off of my body into my hands, and it'll glow like very, very, almost probably the size of her claws if she has them, claws out of my hand, because I'm casting at 9th level. So like triple the size of my head, and I'll crank down into her like tail and just squeeze my hands as it crunches down, and then you'll see like black goop start seeping up my arms as I'm like pulling her literal life energy out of her tendrils.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Nice. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Brutus is up.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out of my component patch a caterpillar cocoon,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast polymorph on Dova.
Okay.
She has to, if she's not a shape changer, which I'm hoping she's not,
She is not.
she has to make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect.
She got a 25.
Yeah, that's safe. So nothing happens to her. Due to polymorph. So that sucks on my half. I was trying to get you out, right?
Oh,
So-
dude, I'm in the right place I want to be, dude. I'm fucking sucking her life out of her.
So I figured I'd try it out, right? So knowing that, I don't know that he actually gained health from his attack. So my bonus action I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Roll perception for me.
It's healing word spell.
word's
You
a
can't
spell.
test 2 spells in a row.
It's a bonus action spell.
Right.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's still, you can only cast
For
per
power
and a
purposes,
cantrip.
it's spell cantrip.
Spell cantrip, or yeah.
So if you want to do it that way, you cast a cantrip, then bonus action.
Okay.
But you can't cast 2 spells in a row. Yeah.
So I thought, regardless if it says bonus action or not, you can cast.
Right.
Sorry.
You would think.
Right, you would
You would
think
think.
that,
You
right?
would
Because it says
think.
one
It's
action
actually
and
very
bonus
like
action.
annoyingly nuanced.
Right. It's
Ah,
not
I
intuitive.
guess
It's
unless
not
you're a
intuitive.
sorcerer.
All right, okay.
What'd you get for
Sorcerer
perception?
points.
1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you
Word.
don't know that he healed himself at all.
Well, I guess.
You're
sorry.
distracted by this giant serpentine god.
So a natural
They
1.
probably actually saw the claws
Oh,
come
he
up here.
saw it, but he didn't know that.
So there's a natural 1, so with perception bonus, it'd be 11. I doubt
Yeah,
that's
you
still.
know,
yeah.
yeah.
Alright. Alright, so since I can't cast that, I'm gonna, I guess, cast Shillelagh on my staff, because that is a cantrip.
Cantrip.
Yeah.
Bonus.
And I'm gonna move closer to her so I can touch her.
We're like level 20. We're just like beating this thing.
You gotta move up here.
Yep.
And you're up, Amari.
Am I within 10 feet of Vyra? Like upwards, like yes, no.
No.
Can I get within 10 feet if I like move here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys get +5 on all your saves.
Okay.
Because you have to make one. And I will take a bonus action. I'll cast Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
On Dopa. And then I will go ahead and take my action and do Aura of Vitality again.
Okay.
And then that is it for this turn. For me.
All right. You all feel powerful winds start to pick up in this hall, emanating from Dova herself. Her hair even comes up off her head. And you all start to get pushed back. Everyone make a strength save except Buck.
I assume
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
+5.
Even him farther away.
Not him.
Not-
He's too far away.
Oh.
Strength.
Yeah.
20 unnatural.
23.
Meets. Or beats.
Beats and meets beats.
13.
Fails.
You don't have to do it, Arthur.
Oh, I'm not close enough. Am I?
You are close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you do have to do it. It fills the hall. It's gonna push you back into the far wall.
Sweet. That's where I wanted to be anyway. All the way?
Free movement.
Towards this one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just knocks you back. And you are going to take 7 bludgeoning
Cool.
and be knocked prone.
Ooh. Sad.
And then Dova is going to keep squeezing on Vyrath.
Is it a save?
It is a hit. That was cocked. She's gonna miss, mostly because she's so large still, and it's like hard for her to really get
How
restriction
small
on
my
it
body
with
is.
how small you are.
Grab, like,
And I'm,
She's
I'm
reduced-
digging into her
She's
fucking
likely
body.
reduced her size, but even then, you were so. This may maybe not the best strategy for her.
Yeah.
Even so, with you in place, she cocks her head back and opens her mouth, and you see fire beginning to swell in her mouth and beam down at your head for a natural 20.
Where's that table?
Holding it up,
No,
and I will need to roll a.
Could I cancel that? I'd like to cancel that.
no, but because he's constricted and she's casting, I guess, like Sunbeam or something like that on him, it's hitting herself too. So does she take damage?
Does anyone have counterspell?
It is not going to hit her too, but
So
it is just firebolt, so it's not a summary or
Right, it's
anything.
Oh, I thought you were like fucking blowing me up.
It is just a cantrip. But it was a crit cantrip. And I rolled a 13, so roll twice the die. And you will be on fire, taking 2d6 at the start of each of your turn.
Wait,
unless
how
you
am I on fire?
drop prone and roll around. She's
Was that-
firebolting you.
But fireball doesn't catch people on
Firebolted
fire.
because she crit, and it's the 13 on the table. You got set ablaze.
Oh,
Now
I
she
see.
needs to roll her die.
So how much should I take?
I'm doing that part right now.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. Alright, here we go. $50 fire.
As a cantrip?
Well, she crit.
Yeah, but still.
The max she could have done is 80. She can roll 4d10. So at least it wasn't 80.
I wish I had
suppose.
4 abilities.
Alright, Arthur.
All right.
You are currently prone.
Sure.
Also, does your armor of Agathis do anything?
It's got to be physical.
Melee.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
nice. All right, so I'm gonna stand up, and then I'm going to bonus action cast Hex,
Okay.
and I'm gonna concentrate on that while it's happening. And the creature is gonna get some extra damage whenever I hit it. Also, I'd like for it to have disadvantage on strength checks, please.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my that's my bonus action, and my action is gonna be to send a couple of Eldritch Blasts towards the creature. It's gonna be 3. First one is a 23,
Yes.
7 points. The second one is a 23
Yes.
for 6 points.
7 and 6.
Third one is a 27 for 3 points.
Okay.
So, doo, 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 after the Hex Blades, I gotta add a little extra damage for the Hex. So let me make sure.
D6.
It's a D6
Extra
for each
D6
one.
for each one. So that's 14 extra points of damage
Nice.
for the Hex, and then I get an extra damage for the very first hit that I make per turn of thunder damage because of my genie patron, which is an extra 3.
Nice.
So
That's a good little
boom.
turn you have
That's
there.
right. And then disadvantage on strength checks. And then I use my half movement to get up here.
Mhm.
So I'll use the other half of my movement to go 5, 10, 15. Can I go diagonal?
It will be
Or
doubles
here.
every other
Here.
diagonal. Remember.
5, 10, 15.
Yes.
Sure.
Roll perception for me real quick.
14 plus 2, so 16.
Okay, you see that one of the spells you cast hit in a similar spot to where Vyrath's claw was going in, and you see some of the scales breaking off to a point where they're no longer iridescent. You actually see flesh, and you can see a little bit of like blood starting to drip.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well then, can I yell anything out during my turn? Okay. So when I see that happening, I'm just going to yell out to everyone. I'm going to say, "I think she's starting to bleed. This may be our chance."
All right, and Vyrath, take a quick 2d6 as you are currently on fire.
Should have listened about that.
You didn't want to roll it?
What do you want me to? It's too late.
It's too late, I think. So I'm gonna keep vampiric touch on this bitch.
Alrighty.
It's gonna be a 25.
Nice. That hits.
And it is 8. So my smoky claws are just gonna sink in a little bit further.
And you see a little bit more of this blood start to drip out of where this claw is and where you hit, and these scales are now peeling off, Arthur.
Yep.
31.
Nice. And
I will heal for half of that, so 15. And does Aura Vitality happen on your turn or mine?
Mine.
Okay.
as you do that, you hear say,
Insolent little whelps!
and Brutus is up.
I'm gonna say, "Oh, so you do bleed," and I'll laugh at like in her fucking face.
So how does he look? If I'm looking at him, do I see that he's like pretty bloody? Like how do you look?
Roll perception.
Alright.
He's healed 30, but
He keeps healing. It's
I
like
keep
going
healing
in and
every time. I'm like sinking my claws
20,
deeper and
26.
deeper.
out. So you pretty much are very aware of what's happening. What's your health at?
So I'm a little bit over half.
Okay, so like he was pretty bloodied, and you notice that, but he's looking better, but not good.
Okay, so
Better and better each time I sink my claws deeper.
You can now tell that he is healing himself,
right, but it's
but he's not all the way.
I'm not.
he's
I'm not
not-
great,
right,
right?
but you're not catching up to her damage done to you.
No.
Right, so because of that, because I've seen the cycle, I'm going to heal him. I'm going to actually cast heal.
Okay.
You have to touch me.
Because
I'm pretty sure heal is touch.
range 60 feet.
I think it's.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
Really?
60
I thought it was
60.
touch.
Nope, I got it right here. 60 feet, and you regain 70 hit points, sir.
Oh, I know that. I know what it does. I'm all about it. So, yeah, describe it because I want to see her face.
So, as I see him getting damaged, you can see my cleric symbols turning green on the tusk, all through my skin, right? And I use my wooden staff to channel the energy to him. You see this green beam of light strike him, and you just see this empowerment of him just getting healed of 70 hit points. It's like a radiant thing around him.
And my claws sink a little deeper, and I'm like, "You've made the wrong choice."
So
Alright.
after that, I'm going to take my staff and I'm going to beat her with it.
He just like awesome
With the shillelagh.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, bludgeoning natural 20, baby.
Roll a d20 for me.
16.
All right, roll damage twice. Add them together, and then you can push the creature 15 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not going to work.
yeah.
The pushing part, yeah.
Oh, right. Technically, I should also say with my Eldritch Blast, I'm supposed to be able to push them back 5 feet with
Yeah.
every.
Just
We're
based on the sheer
assuming
size.
Yeah.
29 damage.
Nice. Okay.
So you smack the fuck out of her with the shillelagh.
It's like right on the nose, just bleeding. Oh well, I don't know if he's bleeding, but that would be
So,
tight.
since I can't push her, can I instead of like smacking her with it, can I just jam like the end of the stick into, or the end of the staff into where he's being held to try and loosen the grasp on him, on Byrath,
yeah.
to try and give him advantage on breaking out?
Let's go ahead and say yes.
Fantastic. So that's what I want to do. So you see the staff just start glowing this nice green color, and I just jam it into between Byrath and her.
So based off like how hard he hit her, you feel her grip loosen up.
Type. But am I still
Not
on
type.
fire?
You are still on
Is
fire.
she not actively putting me out by grasping me?
No. It is like on your like head and shoulders.
And I wish heal did fire, but only this disease.
You
Oh,
are
wait, what does heal do?
It
Just-
only does diseases.
It's just
it's diseases.
It's diseases.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn it.
You are still on fire.
Yeah, you're still on fire. Sorry. But that is my turn.
Okay, this happening, she yells and uncoils, splaying her tail outwards in an arcing motion to everyone on this side. So Amare and Brutus. So it will be 2 roll to hits. Amare, it will be a 18.
No.
And Brutus even less. So
Can I try to clutch on with my
yeah, roll a athletics.
athletics?
That being said, she is going to push you back, but it doesn't like, hurt you or anything. Yeah, that
Okay. Are we still like next to her tail though?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just going to be an 11.
Okay. You were going to fall off, although you're still like here.
Okay.
And it's Amare's turn.
So is there a portion of the tail that's still next to us, or did she like coil back away from us?
She coiled back away from
Okay,
you.
so I will go 5,
Uncoiled.
10, 15, 20. If that's 20, so I have 30, so it doesn't
And
matter.
the side that was bleeding is on this side.
Okay, good enough.
I'm here to kill shit. I'm here. So I've got the Hexblade's Curse.
I should be close enough
I've
to.
got a bonus action here, so you
Or I was
got-
already healed by him.
I rolled 6 to heal. I'll heal myself, since that's what I can see.
Yep.
6 to heal for bonus action, and then I'll take 2 swipes at her. And when I did radiant damage earlier, did I notice if she took the full damage or not?
You didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, so 1 is a natural 20.
Nice.
The other is a 20 unnatural.
Alright, both will hit.
Okay, so
Roll a 20 for the crit.
the 20 for the crit.
We're just critting all over the place now.
Yeah, I mean, good thing that's
Unfortunate one was hers.
20 for the crit is a 14. Let me roll the damage for the non-crit.
And what type of damage was it?
Radiant?
So that was the crit?
Yes. So the first non-critical hit is 10, 15, 22 damage for the first hit. That's non-critical.
Okay.
The critical, I rolled a 14 on the crit table.
Alright. Roll twice as many.
Okay.
And roll on the minor injury chart. That's a new one.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, good. 13.
And she has to roll a
Excellent.
save to be afraid of you. She passes that. But you need to roll a d20 for the injuries.
24.
24, thank you.
Welcome, bud.
Massive brain fart.
So 24 damage, and then you need to
24
roll
damage,
another
And then
d20.
roll a d20 on the injury chart. 10.
A 10.
Oh, that's plus, so 29, not 24.
29 damage.
29 plus 7 is actually 35, 36.
Give me a lot of different numbers here.
36. Final answer. Dice plus Hexblade's Curse plus bonus.
Okay, when you crit, you actually crush the end of her stinger.
I do have like a Sunblade, so I can just...
Yeah. Okay. So it actually like cuts through and cuts a whole chunk off the edge of her stinger, and blood is now pouring out of the end of her tail.
Guys, I found the blood. It's right here.
Can I yell something too?
Sure.
Arthur, collect the blood for the tail. Stingy thing.
Who has the jar?
She starts screaming. Everyone roll a wisdom save.
Is it a spell or an effect?
Oh, sorry.
Just me.
Intelligence save. My
Is it a
mistake.
spell or is it an effect?
It is
Probably
a
just me.
spell save.
It's intelligence.
Intelligence.
Damn.
You said, how much is it?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it right now.
Is it still a 20? Because I.
It is a 20.
Okay, so I failed.
And I'm not never.
You're not within 10 feet.
Damn. Damn.
I'm not within 10 feet, so I'm good, right?
No, you're not.
21.
Alright, if you were below a 20, it is 36 psychic,
Damn.
and you are stunned for a turn.
Damn.
Ooh.
Stun means you skip your action.
Yes.
Yes.
Please don't
And
bonus
cannot
action.
you cannot take reactions.
Can you bonus action?
Oh,
you bonus action?
to make sure.
Stun creature is
Probably
incapacitated.
It's probably on that screen.
It's right here.
Stun creature is
Yeah.
incapacitated, yeah.
Can't move, can't speak, automatically fails, strength, dex, attack rolls have advantage. Incapacitated is its own. Can't take actions or reactions. You can bonus action.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't say bonus action.
Interesting.
Or unless bonus action counts as an action.
Right.
I would assume that it does.
And movement
Let's-
action, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
yeah, they're all called
That's a good
actions.
home
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
Now you know.
If you're stunned, you can't bonus action.
Right.
When in doubt, do what is like what seems
Logical,
normal,
right.
logical. Yeah.
So all of us failed?
Logic.
I failed.
Did everyone
I
fail?
failed.
No, I
Well,
succeeded.
Oh, you succeeded. Okay. So you take damage. Everyone around you is in shock.
And so that was 36, right?
Yes, 36. That was actually her turn. So you are up, Amari.
Okay.
Not at all.
Who between...
We got stunned.
You get stunned.
Oh, so you're just gonna.
I'm not stunned yet.
Yeah. I mean,
so-
we can't do
You can't
anything.
do anything.
Well, I still have. When you said go collect the blood, I'm still holding
You're
the
just-
thing up.
Still.
So who between the druid monk cleric and the
It's
fearball
Brutus.
are looking the worst?
Roll perception.
Okay. Is that a free action?
No.
We'll say yes.
Okay. If it's not, I'm just going to pick one.
Bonus.
Doesn't
It's
matter. It's,
movement. It's movement.
I'm just going to pick one. So I'll pick the one that's closest to me because he got hit up on. You're going to get 8 points of healing.
Heyo.
And I'm going to slam 2 more hits into her. So one is a 22.
Yep.
The other is a 15.
Nope.
That was your bonus.
Bonus is my aura vitality, that's concentration.
No, when you attack bonus.
For the intelligence save, if I saved, I didn't get hit, correct?
You took
If I took
half. damage.
Okay, so that would be 18 damage, and I needed to make a save for that.
So just a 10.
Okay, and I get advantage. On a con save?
Yep.
Yeah, I saved.
The only time it's ever over 10 is if it's 10 or half the damage if it's greater. So it would have to be at least a 22.
I
So-
rolled a 15 plus for mine. I rolled.
Okay. 12, 17, 24 damage for the one hit. Okay. And the heal, and that's it.
Okay. And it's back to her because we're all
Back to her.
stunned.
Yep. She is actively flailing her tail around.
Oh, great.
Blood.
Do I get an
flying everywhere.
opportunity attack? She's moving away from me.
No. Because she has legendary actions. And she's going to, like, coiling up, come turn and attack you. So her face is next to both of you all. So she's just going to bite.
If you need this,
28.
Chris, if you need this to draw where we've got this like pile of blood building
So
up.
there's blood. Might even have some big blood. Here. And here. This isn't a very good bugger. It's
No.
excellent.
Yeah, it's terrible actually. Yeah.
The black works great.
The first attack is going to be a 28. The second attack is going to be fire
Is that
coming out of her
against-
mouth.
Your
It's,
AC.
it's me? Alright,
Against
28.
you.
I'll take a reaction and do shield for the first one.
Okay, and the next one, the fire is also lower, so gonna be shielded.
Okay.
So you just throw up your shield.
Throw my shield
So
and
you just like cut off
She
a
hits
chunk
me,
of her tail
and
and then
then-
just throw a shield up.
the fire hits the shield as well.
All right, so we're back to Arthur.
Arthur is going to run with the vase he's got. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30.
Yep, that's
30.
it.
Yep, this is as far as I can get. I'm not close enough to the blood yet to start collecting.
You can dash, but you can just wait till next turn too.
You could.
Uh,
Let's do some.
yeah. So I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up close, and I'm going to whisper into the genie base, and I'm gonna say, "Genie, I don't often ask for this kind of thing, but a small wish would be helpful here." And I use my limited wish.
Oh my gosh!
which-
she's
You
have
wishing.
one
I
wish
have
ever?
one limit now, once every 1d4 days.
Okay.
And it allows me to cast any 6th level spell or lower with a casting time of 1 action.
So it's not the spell wish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
what I thought too.
So it's,
Really?
it's a limited wish, which lets you use any spell you want of 6th level or lower, as long as it's a 1 action casting time. I've written out a few options here, and I think at this point I'm going to use Disintegrate. And I'm going to whisper into the lamp, and you're going to watch as the lamp starts to glow bright blue. And I'm going to turn and point it at our Doba. And this just beam of energy shoots out from the lamp and starts to goes after Doba. So it's a Disintegrate spell,
Okay.
At
which
6th level. Right?
it's at 6th level. And sorry, let me pull it real quick. And so she. It's a race, and then the target has to
Dex save.
make a dex save. Yep.
25.
My spell save is
Not 25.
No.
25. Dang.
Not
alright.
25.
That's all right. So on a. Does it say if it's a?
They'll save it if they
I'm
pass
sorry,
it.
it was a 23, not a 25.
Still not.
You said disintegrate?
Yeah, it was
spell.
Disintegrate. I was trying to hurt her. It doesn't say anything
You
about.
missed.
Yeah, I guess I just missed.
You miss.
On a
So
failed save,
hitting her.
it says on a fail save the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
That's a
On a
fail.
On a
fail?
failed save.
On a
right.
failed save.
Right. She succeeded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say she takes
So
half.
it hits off her iridescent scales, and you see it taking off her iridescent scales
Uh-huh.
as you kind of throw the ray down her spine and side.
Okay,
It doesn't do any damage, but like now there's just a black mark of skin
sure.
along her side.
All right. Well, that was my action, and I shoot at her with a disintegrate spell, and then I kind of get down on my hands and knees, and I'm gonna start trying to collect blood on my next turn.
Okay. And Byron.
So based off where he is, do you think it hit kind of on my side?
Like, is he next to you? Or
No, like where he took the scales off. Like,
It's like along the middle, like this whole like side.
okay. So, well, I'm just gonna, if she's right next to me, I'm gonna try to take those same claws that I still have out and sink it into her side. If
Okay.
I can reach where I am to a non-scaled place, I will. If I have to,
I would say you probably can.
So can I not leave her range and do it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can get like over to
So if I get over there, can I hit a
Yeah,
weak
cool.
spot, so
Sure.
to speak?
Mhm.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. So that's gonna be a 21.
Oh yeah.
DC is, her AC is something 15 and 20. You roll nothing between.
Right.
Uh,
and then like
Right.
Oh shit! I rolled 5 6s.
Oh,
30?
So that's 30, 35, 40, 43. And I did it in her presumably non-scaled spot.
Mhm.
And I heal half of that,
21.
so 21. And I got 6 rounds left on that bad boy. That's my turn. And I clench back in, and I'm still looking at her. I'm like, This will not go well for you. And I like more blackness from her insides are healing me back
Feel
up.
her like wriggling.
Yeah.
This is the first time you guys have noticed her almost afraid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brutus, you were up.
Yep. So, question before we get my turn. When I got stunned, did I lose concentration on my Shield of Faith?
You would have to roll for that.
You'd have to roll.
Alright. Well,
Normal 10.
We'll just roll.
this one's fine. 11.
You're good.
But it doesn't matter because I was going to drop it anyway.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Good to know, though.
I was just curious. Yeah, I was just good to know. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Call Lightning at level 8 using my Channel Divinity Wrath of Storm.
Okay.
Familiar with that.
Oh, and I did look up, if you become incapacitated, you drop concentration.
Okay.
So,
As you
you
know,
were stunned too, right?
I wasn't. I was in her grasp.
Oh, you were not stunned. Cool.
I dropped my hex.
Okay. So any concentration struck.
yeah, so 60-foot radius. I want to do it on the backside of her so no one else gets affected by my Call of Lightning Storm.
Okay.
Right?
So like the back of the hall start like a
Pretty much,
sword.
yeah. Right?
Cool.
Just enough to hit her to get her the damage. So she's going to have to make a... What's this?
Oh, wait, is that when she whipped out her tail or when she screamed?
That was her scream. That was the only stun this time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
makes
actually was incapacitated.
Okay, so you would lose your vampiric touch thing?
No, we already skipped the turn, but I would have to make a new action for my turn.
Yeah.
As opposed to the 20 or 16.
Yeah, that's
I
fine. So what's the same?
It's a deck save.
Natural 20.
Alright. Anyways,
It's not damage.
She's saving it on everything.
so she's going to take, because you do the Wrath of the Storm, right? Any thunder, lightning damage, instead of rolling, you can just do max damage, right? So max
Okay.
damage at that would have been 80. So she does 40. So she takes 40 damage.
Okay.
Thunder damage. Don't know if that matters.
Roger. Okay, so as you do that, and she's actively screaming, and she kind of rears up and dives into the floor, and you see that there's a door there that she's diving into, and she disappears, and it closes behind her.
Now I gotta not do anything, right?
No, gone.
Gone. Just
So she's gone.
He's gone.
You were out of initiative.
Alright, so then I'm gonna drop my concentration of the storm so no one accidentally walks into it and gets
Okay.
damaged.
There's a hole in the floor?
No, there was a door that opened, as like the door that brought you here, like that portal, and she went through it and closed it.
Alright, well,
It's just gone.
I'm gonna go over to Arthur and help him scoop up some of the blood into the jug.
Scoop, scoop.
Roll sleight of hand at advantage.
Me too.
He's going to use your help action for advantage.
That is going to be a 14.
All right, so you notice when you start to scoop up this blood that it's thick and almost like reflecting light. It's prismatic and iridescent in itself.
Okay.
And you're able to almost pick it up and scoop it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's weird.
This is very strange. Not blood like this I've ever seen before on the material plane, but if this is what we need, then let's see how much we can get in this vase.
Arthur, can you heal 18?
You're able to like scraping the floor and stuff, fill it up most of the
You
way.
would think so,
And there's
huh?
like
Right.
blood left over.
Okay.
Who's looking hurt the most?
I have a little bit, but not much.
I have a lot of health still.
Okay.
Like 3/4 of it.
Okay. So 12 for you. 11 for you. You have another 11?
Another 11? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Almost good.
The last one is 6. We'll throw it to you.
You sure?
60 on check.
No?
I'm always full.
I'm almost full, yeah.
Well, we should probably hurry before we go, but I can't resist the urge to investigate this place. It seems that there are perhaps artifacts or treasures of some sort
She
here.
could be willing to come back. I do not recommend we stay here long.
But this is very difficult for me.
You can memorize it and sketch it later, architect.
Do we have enough blood? Yes.
Yes, and I hold the vase up and I'll hand it to you. It's
Good.
full of blood. I feel like this is a missed opportunity if we leave right now.
So, is there scales? Her scales still on the floor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pick up the scales.
Okay. If you weren't looking for them actively, you would have like walked right over them. But since you knew where they were, you can see some of the scales laying on the floor, almost translucent to the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up as many as I can.
Yeah, you grab like a handful of them
Sweet.
that aren't like destroyed. And
Yeah, right. I'm looking for the
Yeah.
pristine ones.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say we must be returning soon, and I'll start to have my smoke billow.
Okay, I want to check out these bones over here real quick.
Yeah, I'm going with
I'm just gonna
Fast as I can.
start to open
Yeah.
like the word of recall
Like
as
one
you
round,
guys
I
are
wanna,
searching.
like, rifle through it and see, and then go back.
Yeah, so you go over the bones and you
I
see
feel pretty safe,
you see
so-
that they're bones of giants. They're very large,
Okay.
dwarfing you. And there's some like clubs and staves, but you see one giant near the throne that has a crown on his head, adorned with metal and gold and skulls, holding a giant great axe adorned with like jewels and a yellowish tint to the metal.
I attempt to yoink the great axe.
Okay, it is like almost as big as the giant itself,
I can try to help.
and you are like this big.
So to try it.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help you carry it, so you can go advantage.
Okay. Okay. Unnatural 20.
Okay, you're able to like inch.
I'm gonna look
You know,
around.
Byrath's like in the midst of casting this
How heavy
spell.
do I like estimate it?
It's like hundreds of pounds.
Okay, so like I have a mostly empty bag of holding because I knew I was going on this trip.
This will not fit in the back of the holding.
Okay,
It's like a foot wide.
I'm just checking. Like
I'm gonna just look around and see if there's any writing, if there's any symbols, if there's anything that signifies kind of like how important this place might be.
Yeah, actually behind the throne, there's murals of etched in depictions of a giant walking, and every step he's becoming a blue dragon.
Okay. I'm just gonna be sketching.
What's a walking?
Always walking.
What?
What?
Like he's like a giant is walking.
Oh, John is walking and turning
I
into.
thought you were joking. It's
No,
like-
It's like Animorph, you know?
yeah,
like how they
So like a
suddenly-
comic, like every step,
Right.
he's transforming
Okay.
into a blue dragon.
I missed the part that the giant was
Like what's a
walking.
walking? Like a Christopher?
What's
No,
a
that's
walking?
the thing. What do you mean? What's a walking?
is the crown grabbable for myself? Off the giant.
Yes, although it is like as big as your body.
What about
It's
the
coming
giant?
lighter than the sword. Like I'll clamber up quickly and try and grab it if I can. I'll go back to Byra.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Try taking gems out too. See suck at them.
Okay. 21.
You're able to like get it on the side and like roll it.
Okay, so I'll roll it over towards Byra.
All right.
I'll say
Roll
everyone
over a
touch
crown.
everyone touch my hands. We're going back now.
As soon as the archaeologist is done with his sketching.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to hurry here. All right. I'm taking the sketches.
To be fair, she ran from us in fear, and we're all mostly at full health.
We do not want to tempt the gods.
Can I just reach out and
She
identify
doesn't seem very godlike if she
the
kinda
actual
succumbed to
quick?
us.
Is it super powerful or magical or anything like that?
I had the help of my
It
guy.
is very magical. It is a like giant axe of thunder.
Okay. Well, perhaps we can just drag this over and then take it with us.
All right. Well, I'll leave the crown with Byra, and I'll try and go back and drag her further.
And you said there's nothing on the pillars, like no writing or anything like that.
They're all like artistic depictions, all of them. The stonework in general, all over this place, is just like etchings and runic carvings all over it.
Okay.
It's very artistic and ornate everywhere, as if like this was crafted by like earth singers like Flum.
So I will annoyingly go, we don't have time for this. And I will walk over to the axe, double in size, as my firebolt can do, and double in carry weight, and grab the end and try to drag it towards...
All right, roll a strength check.
We're all trying to help you.
assist.
And you guys are
Yeah, roll it,
helping me, right? So with... it's going to be a 17.
All right, so with
Well,
Ellen,
at advantage. It's going to be a 17.
you hear it start to like scrape against the wooden floor as Vyrath in furball form is just like carrying, like dragging it like a mule
Yes.
cart, and all of you are kind of holding on the side. And
I actually don't have to drag it because all they have to do is touch me and we go back. So I'm just gonna like
Okay.
put it on my shoulders
All right.
and be like, "Come now, we have the."
all right, so he's holding it. He drags it a little just to show that he can.
Yeah. Sure.
And then you guys all want to hold on to Vyrath.
I got it. Let's go.
And then
Yeah, I guess
we're
so.
recalling back, and I'm hoping
Yep.
this thing will adjust to our size.
Like water washing over your eyes, you are back in the middle of Vyrath's mansion,
Or
in his room, which is like a mansion.
So does the axe fit in the mansion?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is taking up most of the room that you were in.
Yeah.
As is the crown, or did you drop that?
No, I grabbed the
Okay,
crown.
yeah,
Still
as
had a
is
hand
the
on it.
crown.
Well, from one temple to another, I guess. I guess we should first take the blood to our benefactor. Amari, if you could just, or Vyrath, if you could just, please just maybe set the axe aside. It would be quite a find, actually, for us to put in our museum.
Yes, this is mine now.
Oh,
and I'll
actually,
slam it against the wall of my room.
And it just sort of like comes up and ding.
Tips against the wall of my room.
Maybe,
Yeah.
perhaps we can discuss it another time. Maybe there can be some sort of payment. Is everyone okay if we go take the blood over?
I don't have a problem with that. As I like have the crown, it's like rocking back and forth.
Sure. Yes, it's also very important.
I'll
piece
just
of-
set it against the wall of my room and say, our mission comes first. I'm sure we'll catch a pretty penny for gems this big.
Oh, sure. Well, I wasn't going to sell them, but all right. You have the
Yeah,
vial.
but someone will buy them.
Well, yes,
I mean, yeah, eventually.
The museum will compensate you.
Sure. So I've got the vial and
Yes, the vase, full of blood.
vase.
What's the homegirl's name again?
Isa.
Isa. Yes, let's go see Isa.
Maybe she won't be mad to see us this time if I carry them.
Well, if
I don't
history
know.
serves, she'll probably not really care too much. So let's take it.
I think she expected us to die, to be honest. But
All right, so we'll go to Isa.
Yep. All four of us.
cool.
Okay, so you start to take the blood to Isa. You walk out of Vyrath's room. You see the portal in the middle, as you normally do. And you notice that Isa's door is open. When she sees you, and who's holding the blood?
Got it.
When she sees Arthur and Amari holding the blood, her eyes light up. She stands and briskly walks over to both of you in excitement that you've never seen from her in the past. You notice a large tome. I've been saying it wrong this whole show. Tome.
I always say 2 and 2.
Yeah, I always say two. You notice a large tome on her desk, assembled of the materials you had previously brought her. A throbbing white light is emanating from it, as it did the lantern archon that you brought her for the binding. And she walks up to you, goes, may I?
You're finally excited to see me, and I hand it over.
Yes, good. And she looks at the blood.
That's what I expected.
Everyone has been on the edge of their chairs waiting for your return.
How many days has it been? Just out of curiosity.
Since you started this,
Since we left to go to the giant plane.
2.
Well, like in real life and in the giant plane. Because like some planes are different.
So this plane was fairly close.
Do you know the difference between real life and the game?
No.
What is this? He's saying
It's been 2
material
weeks.
plane and the plane.
We were gone for 5 minutes.
because the
in Fey.
Feywild
Yeah.
was I don't want to keep anyone waiting. Some have traveled far to be in the right position.
No, heaven forbid we kill a god and
She
keep
starts
someone
to
waiting.
walk back to her desk as if she's not even listening to you.
So what happened to that Archon guy that we got back, the little lantern? Where's he at?
Do not worry. He's right here. And she places her hand on the tome and like kind of puts her hand on it. Like,
Well, I'm going to come in and
Rubbing
watch.
it.
So I'm going to walk in and kind of see what's about to happen.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're all just
Yeah,
observing
we'll
for
definitely
sure.
Well, fantastic. I will complete the tome personally tonight. You will be pleased to know most of the other council members and councils are already in position at the ley lines per my request. They are awaiting my instruction to commence with the production tomorrow. I did want to ask you one final request as she turns with her back now resting against her desk and the blood behind her. Some may even call it a reward. You have all proven yourselves worthy casters of the arcane. Would you like to assist in casting of this ritual tomorrow? You were all a major part in making this happen. It is fitting we shall make history together.
This will stop the chaos magic from happening across the realm.
That is the plan.
Yes, if it works as you say, I would be honored to be able to help in the casting of this and to fix all of the chaos that we have encountered here.
Yes, my god is not pleased with his interventions being encroached upon by whatever devious act is happening.
Before I had 2 questions for you.
Yes?
Did you sacrifice that Archon? That's one. And
He's right here. You can still see his light beating.
right, but where's his glorious wings?
So his wings actually are the bindings of the tome. So
Oh,
like
okay.
picture
So he's
him
still-
folded around
Okay.
this paper.
So he's not.
He is part of the spell book.
Okay.
So he's still conscious. And,
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you know what the blood was going to look like when we brought it back? I mean, we could have brought you any type of blood, and you could be excited. So how did you know that we brought you back the iridescent blood?
Well, you've gotten me this far
I mean,
already.
There is no
I will
reason not
know
to
by
trust
the,
us.
I will know in the morning if you have failed
I just
me.
don't trust her, is what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
now I'm concerned.
No, there is no reason not to trust us. We've
Arthur.
been doing our job.
You're right.
Is this the component we've been looking for? Like
well,
the brightness in her eyes has sort of went like flushed.
No. Well, as to the best of our ability, we did identify and find an iridescent serpent in the plane, and this is unlike any blood I've ever seen before. It seems very magical in nature. Hopefully, it will serve to be the component you need.
All right. Brutus, if you don't mind. And she puts her hand towards the door.
Wants me to leave?
Don't worry. We will get you in the morning for the spell.
Everything will be fine, my friend.
Yes,
I believe you.
And she's just staring at you, like piercing.
That doesn't bother me at all.
I believe.
I don't care.
Don't care.
I believe you have offended her. It will be fine.
Yes, Brutus, perhaps in the morning we can sort all this out. It's not something we need to worry about right now.
Okay.
You're dipping out.
I'm already walking towards the door.
Oh, you are too.
Amara, if you don't mind staying.
But I've fulfilled my contract. I've brought you what was
All right,
requested.
I will tell the details to Arthur and Vyra.
And I mean, I'm not much. of a
Shut the door on your way
practitioner.
All right,
I'll walk out.
Yoni.
I leave, but
I'm gone.
Locked.
I'm just going to stare by the door and try and listen in with my
Sure, yeah.
giant ears.
All right, now that the
I did
children
not
are gone, I need you to know and relay this to your companions.
This will require a lot of arcane energy from you, and will likely weaken all of us for a few days, maybe a week, if not more. But I will provide luxurious rooms and lodging for the full recovery process. We are making history. Councils from all over Edrune have traveled to their spots, many by conventional methods to avoid the chaos. This is a production in every way of the word. And Arthur, I do have one favor to ask you specifically.
Of course, yes. What is it you need?
Will you lend us your lodestone for our travel?
If it's yes, of
I
course
want
it
to
is.
avoid the chaos of portals as much as we can. Nothing can go wrong. It's too early for everything to fall apart now.
Pull the lodestone out, and I'm gonna basically say, well, it has served me well in these many years as I have I've had Atmos, the genie, as a patron. But if it can help this realm, of course.
Oh, you misunderstand. You are coming with us.
Oh, of course.
I just need you to channel the portal. The lodestone is yours.
Yes, as you need.
Good. And I have many other things in place too. If the spell leaves behind anything material, and she starts like flipping through a book on her desk, I've arranged certain religious sects to guard the sites afterwards. Everything is taken care of. 12 groups of 12 on the ley lines. You see her like marking stuff off in the book. Yes, everything is ready. Get some rest. We change the world in the morning.
I request one thing from you. If I am to be out of commission for yet another week or perhaps a month, the accommodations are not of interest to me. Simply a donation to my temple will be fine, and I will rest there as I recover.
You will all be paid very handsomely. What you do with your money is of your concern.
I wish not for the money for me. I wish for the...
I will give it to whoever you wish.
Very well. My temple will be well taken care of from you for the next 2 months if I am to be out for a month. That is the only way I will participate in your spell.
Roll persuasion.
I don't think I have charisma, so I think it's just a straight 15. It's a 14. Sorry, I have negative one.
I will make sure your temple is well taken care of, Irath, as you have taken care of our needs well.
And I'm gonna believe it because I rolled a 14.
Cool.
Can I get a sense? So she, after all of this, she has sent us around to gather things.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed. Do I get a sense that there's anything malicious or ill intent behind what she's doing?
Roll insight.
Okay. Oh, not great. I rolled bad tonight. That is only 9.
Right, so her body language is very relaxed.
Yeah, sure.
Her demeanor is not different than what you've really seen of her, besides some excitement.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Which would be normal, right? I mean, you are towards the end of this is happening.
Right. Okay. Just checking to see if any red flags come up. So if we're good, then I bid her adieu, and I guess I checked with Vyrath. Are we good here?
I believe so. She has been true to her word thus far.
Yes, and the relics that we've recovered are even more important, I guess, to me than this. Although hopefully this does work.
Yes, I believe the chaos crossing across the realms is too great for us to ignore.
This is much larger than any of us. If she, as she says, there are 12 groups of individuals across 12 different locations. I mean, this is somewhat of a production.
Yes, I agree. I believe we should get some rest tonight, and if we are to be drained of our arcane energy for at least a month, a safe place would be great, but our final night we should prepare.
Yes, of course.
So I'll head back to my room.
Head back to mine.
All right.
Everyone
We open the doors.
and go to
You're
sleep.
right there next to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll relay everything to them,
Yeah.
I guess, too. Before we
And
go to bed.
none of it was hidden information from them or anything.
Right.
She actually asked you to share it,
Mhm.
if anything. So do you want to do anything else before you hit the sack?
Like while we're having a discussion about they're relaying the information to us, I'll ask her, did she make an adjustment to the contracts that she had? Is she amending them, adding on to them?
She simply asked for our arcane power. We have proven ourselves to this point, and she says anything you wish to be given money to, whether it be yourself or perhaps a town or a temple,
This is not,
will be well taken care of as you are out of commission.
She's delivered thus far, so I see no reason to go against it.
Yes, and this will stop all of our magic from malfunction, yes?
Supposedly.
Well,
I don't know anything about the
if-
arcane, but
if not, you're spellcasters, all of us ourselves. We've seen the things that can do if they go wrong, and I fear that even though this is a risk with someone who's merely a benefactor, we have nothing really to lose, and we are well capable of defending ourselves should something go wrong.
and I have been taking detailed notes of our excursions and the things that we've had to collect and the things that we've been doing. So, if for some reason something happens to me, I have detailed this information here. So someone maybe could find it if the worst should happen.
Not to mention, if the worst should happen, our names are written in the book of his.
Yes, of course.
I'm able to revivify all of us as well, or resurrect even. I do not believe death is coming to any of us, and if it should, my God will prevent it.
And I tried to take a reading of her, just based on her body language and others. She seems to be honorable in her intentions.
I'm on board as long as the temple gets paid. That's what I'm here for.
Alright, so you all go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
and you get up in the morning to a bunch of people outside Isa's office.
Right.
So you open your doors, and as you open your doors and come out, Isa walks over. Good morning. Allow me to introduce you to the most powerful users of Arcane in the city, many of which are members of the Albios Council. They will be assisting in our group. Before you stands 3 older gentlemen, a teenage boy, and 3 women, all adorned in lavish robes and jewelry, many with wands and staves secured to their sides. An older brawny gentleman with a fading golden beard and a mustache approaches you all, his rich purple and gold robe dragging on the floor behind him. Pleasure to meet you all. We have been following your adventures closely.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you as well. I am Arthur, and we are just all here to help see this thing through.
Yes, and quite impressive how you have sought it through, Arthur, I may add. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lord Hastings, and this is my son, and he kind of grabs the teenage boy behind him and pushes him up. My son, Dominic. And he's like a skinny boy with golden hair pulled back into a short, neat ponytail.
Okay.
And he's wearing a matching robe to his father's. He may not look like much, but he's quite the powerful sorcerer. The Hastings blood runs through his veins after all.
Well, if you are as powerful as you say, we should have this done by lunch, maybe.
Ah, that's the attitude. And again, from what we've seen, shouldn't be a problem.
No, of course.
I'm gonna stare directly in the boy's eyes as smoke pours
And
off
stare.
I mean, he's looking up out of the corner, but he's kind of with his father and trying to keep his eyes to be polite on Arthur and Amare, who he's looking at. And every once in a while you see him looking past him, that Brutus.
I'll
dude.
say, a bit young for something of this, yes.
Yeah, but
And I'll say it to him, but then glance at his father.
arcane sorcerers come from
He doesn't respond.
all over the places.
But Hastings says, Yes, no worry about that. I assure you he is quite powerful. Again, he's one of us. But Isa, is it time to get on the road yet?
Yes, Arthur, you were the last we were waiting for. If you'd be perfect. We don't want any chaos to lay ruin to us, as she's now addressing the crowd. Our true venture hasn't even really started. Sure, we've assembled a tome, but the ritual is what we are here to perform.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I have a few magical items here that may help us. I have this lodestone, and I have this wand of planar travel. So, if there is a place, and in particular we need to be for this ceremony to work across our realm, hopefully this will get us there.
I will think of it.
I hand her the lodestone.
And she grabs it. And as she holds it, you see it start to glow with a golden smoke that is now filling the lodestone. And you see the portal in the center of this circular room that usually brings you to the bottom of the Albion's tower start to glow golden.
All right.
As the lodestone now drains of its golden smoke, and she hands it back to Arthur.
Right.
From what I've seen in the past, I believe this is what we were looking for. And she nods and walks through, and some of the council members follow through.
Does this all go to the same place? I thought we were supposed to be on like some ley lines or something.
Well, there was different groups.
Yes, there's different
Right.
groups in different areas.
We're
Did
part
I
of
do a
one
head
group.
count? Are there more than 12?
There's 12 of you, exactly, including Isa.
Let's go.
We're all part of the same group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm going there, yeah.
You said to the
So everyone walks to the bowl. Okay, so upon disembarking the portal, the salt of seawater enters your nostrils. The humidity sticks to your skin and water crashes against the base of your boots from gentle waves breaking and climbing up the black sand beach you are now present on. Taking in your surroundings, you notice a large mountain overlooks the barren beach you and your compatriots now find yourself. You can all do a nature check if you like.
Yes. 12.
15.
8.
15.
All right, so Brutus and Vyrath, this is something you've seen before. Because the sand on the beach is black, it leads you to believe that the mountain before you is actually, in fact, a volcano. And the sand is long eroded like magma rock from an eruption like a long time ago, long forgotten.
Yeah, so like igneous rock, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
As the rest of the group comes out of the portal and assembles for the spell, you stand and wait for instructions from Isa. All right, everyone. In order to ensure all 12 groups are in sync, I will be communicating with the leaders in charge of each group using altered sending stones. I will inform you all when we are ready for the spell to begin. Anyone familiar or proficient with inscribing runic circles are welcome to help me set up the ritual. You may notice the runes are types of modified binding circles. It will be very important we move as little as possible while the casting is underway.
Yes, I have some experience in this, but if you have some sort of guide or pictures to what to inscribe.
Yeah, so she walks over to Paran's wet sand and starts drawing the circle and like instructing people around her what to do. And there are circles you've seen before similarly, but she's adding little additions to them that make them a little different.
Okay.
So who all wants to help?
Yeah,
I'll-
I'm not an arcane caster, so I don't know.
yeah, I'm a help.
Oh,
Okay, fire with Arthur.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
You're like, I don't know shit.
All right, so like I said, like she
I know
kind of
plans.
shows you what to do,
Yeah.
and you draw 12 of these circles in a ring.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
So a few minutes later, she begins talking. All right, thank you everyone that volunteered to help. She starts to clutch some small runic stones that she has hanging on her waistband on the side of her robe. Fellow casters and council members, before we begin, I feel inclined to remind you all the purpose of all of this. We are here to bring an end to the corruption of magic that has crept its way across every plane of existence. You all are the strongest, most competent, magically potent beings we could assemble in a Druun. This spell will be beyond anything we could accomplish alone. Knowing this, I remind you it will be draining, even distributed between 144 of the most powerful beings known to this land. Your perseverance will likely be tested more than it ever so has been, but at the end you will be immortalized in history. Your names and stories will be etched in stone, never to be forgotten. All right, let us begin. Everyone step into your circles, and she starts to guide you all to stand in front of each of the 12 circles, and she also steps in front of one and addresses you to step inside.
Sure.
Take
Okay.
a step back, I guess. Forward, back.
Forward.
Sideways. Obviously.
All right, Isa steps over her circle into the middle, opens the tomb, and begins mumbling. So as you all step into their circles, you feel completely normal. Isa said the spell's complex, you assume. Obviously, it will take some time. She's now standing in the middle of the group and not yet in her own circle because she's now muttering, reading from the first page of this tomb that you've helped assemble.
As she's reading it, I'm just gonna try to like sketch, like writing out.
Is it like a language we kind of understand?
Yeah, no.
Or no?
Okay. It seems like gibberish to you.
Okay.
You can tell that it is definitely a spell. It's definitely arcanic, but it is like a language long forgotten.
Okay.
Perhaps you've grown tired of standing in one place listening to her incomprehensible words. Perhaps the constant travel has finally taken its toll on your bodies. Perhaps the hot sun and waterlogged shoes have begun to grind upon your patience. Whatever the reason, you had not noticed sooner that something small is beginning to stick out of the ground behind each runic circle each of you is standing in. They appear to be small pyramids in the sand, made from an unknown stone contrasting heavily with the black sand it's emerging from. All while Isa's circle, the 12th circle in your ring, remains unfilled as she continues ever present standing in the middle because she must recite the spell. Not long after, the physical and mental drain of the ritual becomes increasingly noticeable. Some of the unknown mage's council members kneel to the ground out of exhaustion. The youngest member of your group, Dominic, collapses to his knees as well. Stop! I cannot take it anymore. I wish to withdraw from this. You must find someone else. His father, who you met the night prior. Dominic, please quiet down. This is for the good of us all. Do not bring shame on the Hastings name. Not here. All right, everybody roll perception for me. 12.
22.
27.
23.
All right, Amare, you notice and start to have thoughts of this kid's story. Like, was he hiding something? Like, this kid is clearly not an adventurer. Likely his inexperience is now showing, and more so probably a studier of books and not an adventurer. Everyone else, you don't look at the kid for long. You look at Isa's face, and you notice that there's a small smirk across her face
As he's going down?
as he's like complaining and like begging.
So
If I see that myself, I will
You
cast
actually
not.
don't. You're the only one who doesn't.
not that.
You
So
see
it's
the kid.
Dominic.
Okay.
I will cast command. on Dominic.
Okay. To do what?
I'll tell him to stand and stay. Or stand.
Okay,
whatever.
you cast it and you feel the magic leave your body, but nothing seems to happen on his end.
You must be strong, young man. You have brought here by your father, but you say you're strong and you say you're willing, so you must stand.
Ignoring your words and putting his own needs before the rituals, Dominic attempts to start crawling out of the circle, but is met with an invisible barrier at the edge of his circle, now holding him inside.
I'll reach out in front of me to see if there's a.
Your hand is stopped, as there's a magical barrier around you as well. And in his anger, Dominic says, "Let me out, you crazy bitch! This isn't right, we need to stop this!" And starts conjuring up an unstable orb of growing volatile flames staring outwards into the center of the circle at Isa. Everyone can roll Arcana if they like.
15.
16.
9.
21.
All right, everybody but Brutus. You are familiar with the spell as you've seen it many times before. This is the start of someone casting a fireball. To your surprise, when he lets go of this, and you all wince and brace for impact, fire erupts in a cylinder confined to the dimensions of the edge of the circle he's in. Screaming fills your eardrums, and the smell of salt water now washed away by the smell of burning flesh. The pyramid behind the young man in the sand abruptly shoots out of the ground and forms a large pillar directly behind him. While the grisly scene plays out before you, a page rips from the book Isa's holding open and hurls itself magically into the stone pillar behind the young mage Dominic. Mere seconds after the page from the tomb enters, black tendrils emerge from out of the pillar behind him, grab at him and snatch him backwards with violent force into the pillar. After hearing the gnarly crack of his spine breaking against the pillar, his screams fade as his burned body melds into the stone along with the tendrils. Glowing letters and words form instantly on the pillar. Isa glances up shortly, but then continues to read, seemingly unfazed by the shocking occurrence.
Can I yell something now?
Yeah?
I yell to my party. I told you you shouldn't have trusted her. This is not what was supposed to happen. And I proceed to try and cast Charm Person on Isa.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's a attack spell or not.
It's not.
It's a
No,
save.
It's a save.
It's a Christmas
Right.
save.
You feel this magic as you always have kind of channel from inside you and reach out your arms, and it almost as if it like doesn't reach the end of your fingertips before it dissipates.
Alright, then I'll try another spell. I'll try to dispel magic around me.
Something similar happens. It's like you try to cast this magic and then it just falls flat.
I've tried casting already. We are stuck here for the duration, whether that means we die like Dominic or we endure it is apparently up to our
Roll
constitutions.
perception.
Yes, it is not meant for the weak. I was afraid he was too young, and I'm sorry to his father. But putting your son in this position was not
130.
something.
Arthur is staring at Lord Hastings, Dominic's father, and you just see him in full shock, tears rolling down his face, mouth ajar, standing completely still and silent.
I'm going to say, Lord Hastings, this is a terrible, terrible tragedy. I would just recommend to everyone that we stay strong and not attempt to leave or use magic in any way, lest something terrible like this happens. Isa, perhaps we could have a small break in the ritual.
Lord Hastings kind of falls to the side, hits the cylinder, and slinks downwards, now kind of buried up against the wall of the cylinder as if it was a wall.
You see him alright. I just like a soldier at ease, hands behind his back, just kind of close my eyes and just wait.
Isa, you say you bring the strongest. Are you sure they can survive something such as this?
She just keeps reading and ignores your questions.
So we've seen that magic doesn't go, but can we move or is it just a solid wall?
Even just touching it, it's
Yeah.
a solid wall. Like you just saw Lord Hastings like fall against it and
I see.
lean as if it was a physical wall.
Can I cast? I want to keep kind of cast something because there's nothing else I can do, right? So I want to try and cast divination.
Okay.
And ask my god a question, and pretty much ask him, "Can you help save us?"
All right. Roll your divination roll.
See, that's 16. There's, I don't see anything they have to roll for it.
It's out of like 100, right? Or is
Yes,
that
yeah.
that's an intervention?
Divine intervention.
Yeah, this is just divination.
Divination has like a 10.
You
minute
just
cast
you just
time.
ask a question.
Yeah, you just ask the question. It's a duration is instantaneous. Your magic can offer you put in contact with a god or god servant. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
You don't
Just
feel the presence of your god, but you feel your body start to involuntarily change shapes in rapid succession.
Varath, can you speak to your god?
You're changing shapes, I think.
Yeah, like you were a bunch of different animals. Your bones are now fracturing as the physical bodies rapidly squeeze against the barrier of the cylinder. Ill fit for the shapes and sizes you are turning into. In your mind, you think of your helplessness. Afterwards, beginning to ponder on how this is how the thousands you've killed must have felt. After changing what seems like 100 times in a matter of seconds, you crumble to the ground involuntarily in your true Luxodon form, more out of touch with nature than you've ever felt. The sins of past deaths haunting you in what you know are your final moments.
I'll start weeping. Like I've lost contact with nature, druid, everything. It's just overwhelming. So I just break down to start sobbing.
Okay. As
Hysterically.
you sob, black tendrils appear out of a rising pillar behind you as the hands of men that you've killed in the past drag you into the stone as it comes to fruition, and you see glowing words appear on the pillar before fading.
And right before that, could I curse Isa?
Sure. What do you want to say?
It's like, you bitch, I knew you were evil. And just,
Alright. Then weeping, you go into the pillar.
When I see all of this kind of going down, I immediately get very scared. Up until this point, I've kind of been like, all right, this is working. This is the way it's supposed to go. And now I've seen two people in this circle just get
Yep.
wrecked.
And you're now noticing that the pillars behind everyone are raising up to
Yeah.
full height, matching the other ones.
Oh man.
Although all of them are blank and pristine except for Brutus's and Dominic's.
Okay. I've been trying to take notes on everything that's been going on. I close the book. I pull out the lamp and I try to go into the lamp.
Okay. So you discover, kind of surprisingly, that you do end up going into the lamp. However, you feel that weakness and dread still inside the lamp.
Mm.
Walking over to the beer tap and pouring yourself a pint,
Only thing left to
sitting
do.
on your favorite chair,
That's right.
you know that it's your final moments in your comfortable, peaceful place.
Well, if I'm going to go out, I might as well go out with a drink. I pour a drink and hold the book up and look through all of the notes and all of the diagrams that I've created and all the journeys that I've been on, and just sitting there, kind of take a drink and say, well, I hope it was all worth it.
And for everyone on the outside, you see the lamp lifted by a black tendril and slowly merge into the stone as words appear over the obelisk.
I say, Amari, this will not be the end for them or for us. I will get us out of this. And I'll kneel down on both knees,
Okay.
put my hands up in the air, and begin to channel my god of life and death to break out of this. Like, I'm gonna start literally fucking
I mean, that's been your
pouring
trump
smoke.
card.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so as Vyrath attempts to call upon his god, as you've seen him do many times, smoke begins to pour out of him like buckets just tipped over at an absurd rate, but only fills the circle that he finds himself trapped in. His voice deepens as you hear his god begin to speak through him.
Stop this at once! You will destroy us all, fool! I'm saying this to Isa.
You're saying this just out loud,
Okay.
but generally towards Isa.
Stop this at once! You will destroy us all, fool! Your souls will be forfeit if I cannot carry these people to the afterlife. You understand not what you do. You...
Vyrath's eyes stop glowing and the smoke dissipates from the cylinder as you see him fall to the ground. No smoke coming off him at all. Without his smoke, he seems more skeletal than you remember him. Looking at his companions one last time. Any final words?
Isa. Oh no, sorry, that was my god. Isa. There is nothing you can do to stop life or death in this realm, whether I am here or not. My God will always be present in the life of mortals, no matter what happens to me.
As black tendrils are now wrapping around his body on the ground, grabbing the furball, and without resistance, gently guiding him towards the stone, as another page from the book rips out and flies into his pillar, and words appear on the stone surface.
It's just you, buddy.
And you see this happening to a bunch of other people in the circle, crying, screaming, tendrils, pulling them in as pages rip out of the book and fly into the stone obelisks.
You see Amara, he's still standing there kind of like a soldier at ease, just kind of trying to take in everything, kind of almost accepting. You see a couple tears rolling down his face, and he just reaches out to Isa and goes, "Look, the treasure hunts you sent us on were super fun. Kind of suspected you had some weird soul magic going on. These are the choices that we all made to get here at this point. Every one of these 144 people put their lives in your hands, and I hope to all the gods above and below that it's the right decision, because there's nothing I can do about it now."
She actually stops reading for a second and looks up at you. You're a strong one. In fact, one of the ones I was most worried about surviving all of this. No matter. Your fate's already set in stone. And as she says that, you see the page ripping out of the book and going into your obelisk, and you feel the wrap of the tendrils around your body slowly pulling you backwards.
I'll take out my sunblade and attempt to cut the tendrils as they grab me.
Okay? It's like it goes straight through.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
As you are getting pulled into the pillar, your last glimpse is pages rapidly ripping out of the tome, flying into the air in all sorts of different directions.
As I'm pulled back, I'll go, "Isa, you better hope to all the gods and all the people that you think that you're saving, that you're not the only one to survive this. Because if you are, you're going to be the most cursed soul on this planet until the end of time."
As you pull into the stone and you see runic words appear over the face of the obelisk. So the last of you slips into the cold silence of these pillars. Now fully erected 12 perfect pillars, all telling the life story of the adventurer sacrificed to create it. Well, not all. One of the 144 pillars remains devoid of a story, a blank slate to which nothing is written. Isa watches as the spell tomb disintegrates in her hand, now crumbling dust descending into the black sand of the beach. Waves wash away the ash as she revels in her final victory. After a moment of silence, she reaches in her robes and pulls out a small coin purse. Out of it, she grabs a few gold pieces and places one in front of each Arthur's, Amare's, Avirath's, and Brutus's pillars, and says, "Promised payment for your troubles." Pressing her hands together, a small light appears before expanding into a portal unfazed by the now diminished magic. She steps through, leaving behind the newly created monuments, waves crashing at their heels as the tide comes in on the black sand beach. 143 pristine pillars in groups of 12, constructed and etched from the ultimate sacrifices unwillingly given. And one pillar, devoid of any writing, a blank slate, except one overlooked hairline fracture on the stone surface. And that is it, boys.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
All that.
Jesus.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us for our mini-series prequel, Reckless Arcana, and we'll see you soon back to Season 2 of Fate Awakens.
Hey.
All right.